The Beltrami County Board voted last week to cut 42% of funding from community programs, including all of its previously allocated funding to the Beltrami County History Center. Our reporter Matthew Freeman has more on how those funding cuts could affect the future of the History Center.
Last Tuesday, the Beltrami County Board voted 4-1 to set the preliminary budget and levy, which included cutting 42% of funding from community programs like the Beltrami County History Center.
It was a tough meeting. The lack of questions and the speed to which they went to a vote afterward, it seemed like their minds were pretty made up for the most part, which was unfortunate.
Beltrami County has allocated $7,500 towards the History Center annually for many years. While $7,500 is a very small percentage in the over $100 million county budget, that $7,500 is very significant to the History Center.
Even though that's less than 1/100th of the overall county budget, it's around 8% of our operational budget. And that money is what we use to pay my salary and the salary of our one part-time employee who works about 12 hours a week, and to keep our lights on and the heat and air conditioning and internet and all that kind of stuff.
What Thaves was most disappointed by was the county's reasoning for pulling all of its allocated funds.
That was recommended for reduction, of course, using one of the principles that was generated, which is focus on essentially county mission services first.
That's baffling to me because I think we serve the mission of the county very tightly, very well, and we're taking away from the work of history.
Despite the initial rules that were presented, not allowing public comment on the funding cuts, dozens of county residents took to the podium during last Tuesday's county board meeting to fight for the funding to not be cut from community programs.
I appreciate people's courage and their enthusiasm for the services that they use, and maybe not that they use, but that they know that our community deserves and needs.
According to Administrator Barry, funding could still be moved around until the county's Truth and Taxation hearing on December 2nd. Thaves is encouraging the board to continue providing its now previously allocated funds.
I'm hoping that our county administrators, or perhaps we can find $7,500 that we are putting on hold for a future year that we might think is valuable enough to use for history.
Reporting in Bemidji, I'm Matthew Freeman, Lakeland News.
The History Center plans on starting a fundraising campaign before that Truth and Taxation hearing on December 2nd. We'll have more details on that campaign once it becomes available.